Hey YouTube, how's it going? Buster here, adventure biker. So, yeah, live stream. So, hope you're all well. Nice Friday night, Halloween. So, tonight's going to be Scottish biker abroad and Chukter on a bike. So, I'll bring them in, we'll start chatting. Don't know what's happened to the screen there. Everybody, how you doing? How's everybody doing tonight in Halloween?
Hiding for the geysers.
I know it's murder on my street because there's loads of lanes and it's in a cul-de-sac, so they're all running about here screaming and shouting like lunatics.
I know, I'm wanting to keep the sweeties for myself.
They don't celebrate it that much here. It's just started the last couple of years. So
I think it's an American thing now, innit? It starts, it's not even at the end of the month now. It starts at the beginning of October, and it's the full of October's Halloween now here.
Yeah.
A bit Americanised. So, what we're going to talk about tonight, gentlemen? We're going to talk about tonight.
Well, I've got loads of questions. So.
Well, you fire away your questions in.
What bike made you change to adventure bike riding rather than choppers or sports bikes? I'll ask Alan first. I'll ask Buster first.
Right, ask me first. Right, okay. So for years, I've had loads of bikes through the years. I've been riding since I was 17, so I've had loads of bikes. I've had street fighters, I've had sports bikes, I've had loads of bikes. But the reason why I've got an adventure biking, because I had, before the Africa Twin, I had a Honda Fireblade RR5, and I was a maniac on that thing. But in 2020, I broke my leg, and I broke it really bad. And for there, I just can't ride sports bikes anymore. So I sold the Fireblade, and I've always wanted an Africa Twin. I remember them for the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And when they reintroduced them, 2017, I thought that's the bike for me. But just fortunate enough, when I went for it, it became the 1100. So that's how I got in the adventure bike. And I wish I'd done it sooner, to be fair. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed sports bikes and blasting about Scotland and stuff, but with the adventure bikes, you can go pretty much anywhere. You can come across a kind of stony road and you can just take it, but you couldn't do that with a Fireblade. So it's definitely
we know that, don't we? Because sometimes it happens by accident.
I know by accident, just because you follow your tom-tom that's wrong. That's how we end up finding them. So, yeah, maybe you, Chukter.
Anymore, so I needed to sit upright, and so I went to the 12 GS, and I'm on the 1250 now, and it suits me upright. And most of my journeys now, or most of my trips now, I have, because you know, incontinence pads and all that kind of stuff, because yeah, it was just basically I can't handle sports bikes anymore. My back.
Your sound's pretty bad, Chukter. You break up every time. Yep.
All right. Well, tell you what, I'll just come out it then, and works great. And if it doesn't, then I'll catch you next month when I get it up to date.
Aye, cool. I'll just every Friday, mate. I'll just keep sending you a link and just keep popping on. We'll take it from there till your internet's good. Yeah. There you go. So hopefully get Chukter back once his internet. He stays in the back end of nowhere. So yeah. So what about you, Gary? How did you end up getting an adventure biking?
I started on a chopper. My very first bike was a chopper, and I decided pretty quickly after I bought the chopper that I wanted to ride bigger adventures, bigger, more miles. And then it was just, I just went for, I wanted to sit right upright, I wanted comfortable seat, I wanted a screen. So it was a no-brainer to get an adventure bike. I've never had a race bike. I wouldn't trust myself in a race bike. That'd kill me.
It's well, I've done a video on bikes that I've had a fair few. Zed's seen had a ZZR 1400. I've rode one of them, but your cousin Mark had one of them. But I had a Blackbird as well. It was a big, very similar to ZZR 1400. Those powerful, obviously, but that kind of, I think you call it a super sport, I think, or a sports tourer.
Yeah.
That was fast. But yeah, I've had all sorts of bikes.
Zed's the same as me, a Triumph fan, I think, yeah.
He's got a 1050. He's got a white tail. It's actually quite a really nice 1050.
He said that in the chat. I'm a Triumph man. I say I'm Triumph man. This is my second Triumph. So it's not that I've always had Triumphs, but this is my second Triumph, and I'm pretty much a big fan of the 3-cylinder.
It's definitely, well, we've had these conversations obviously over comms and text messages and that sort of stuff. I think the triple, it's a nice engine, the triple. It kind of gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you kind of the low end twin, and it gives you the high end 4-cylinder. So it's definitely a nice bike. But I've went for an inline 4 sports bike to a twin, and I don't think I would go back. I don't think.
I think you would quite like the you've rode mine. You've rode the old one, the 800. I think you'll get a shot at the 900 when I'm next to her. But I think you'll like it, but it's not as aggressive as your Africa Twin. Definitely not.
I think that's how I like the Africa Twins, because I like the aggressiveness. Yeah, it's definitely when you're doing the wee twisties and stuff, it's brilliant. And then get through the dirt, it's just an amazing bike.
Do you not fancy a Ducati then, or a KTM?
KTM, I've never been a fan of KTM. Never. I think their engines are outdated, really. And then obviously before the thing they went kind of into liquidation, the electronics were shit on them. I mean, I think I've told this story before, but I'll tell again. When I went for the sports bike to the Africa Twin, I purposely never test rode the Africa Twin till last, because I knew the minute I rode it, I'd fuck everything else. I'm just going to buy an Africa Twin. But I did test ride at GS 1250 at the time, and it was I think it was a KTM Adventure X. I'm going to say it was either the 1090 or 1190, I think. Test rode the Triumph, and a few BMW was one. It was another one I test rode. Test rode quite a few of them. And but beside the point, it's KTM. Literally the minute I rode it, the showroom, mate, it flashed up like a Christmas tree. And all the electronics went, and I'm like, oh, fuck this. So I ended up, I think I took it around the block and took it back and went, here, you can have that, I don't want it back. And then I bought the Africa Twin. Test rode the Africa Twin, ducked down at, I think, absolutely loved it. I don't know what that meant, ducked down at the neck. Duck down. I don't know what you mean.
That's spell checker gone wrong. I think that's
but the Africa Twin, I just love it. I don't think I say that about the Fireblade, that I wouldn't get rid of it, but I get offered too good how much money for that to say no, so I did sell it. But I don't think I'd get rid of the Africa Twin. I think I'm going to keep the Africa Twin as my touring bike, and I want to try and get something else for doing more off-roady traily stuff, which is the Cove. I'm thinking about getting a Cove. DCT
Oh,
down at the
DCT. Ah, yeah.
With DCT, I think I'm more fan of DCT. I've heard it's a lot better than it first. So the model that I've got, the DCT, that's shocking. But apparently DCT in the new model's a lot better. But the one that I've got, what it used to do is when you're trying to take corners, it's trying to jump up, even in manual mode, it's trying to jump up gears. Or where you want to be down in second, it's trying to get you up into third. I'm just not a big fan. Nah, I don't think. You'll definitely get the places, DCTs, definitely, but not for me. Definitely not for me.
I think the good compromise. I've never rode a DCT, I must be honest, but the quick shifter. Wait till you get a shot at mine and you try the quick shifter. I'm telling you, you'll love it.
Aye, but it might be. Right. So the quick shifter, I think it depends on the bike you've got. I definitely think it depends on the bike you've got. I personally wouldn't want a quick shifter on the Africa Twin. With the new Africa Twin with the DCT, they've actually brought out a module that you put on where the gear shifter would be, so you can use your feet to shift gears rather than using the handlebar to go up and down gears. But even at that, I just don't like the new Africa Twin. I just don't like it. It's too small. It's got a wee front wheel. I don't like the fact they've put a 19-inch front wheel on it. They've made it more like a road adventure bike rather than a proper adventure bike.
You mean like mine?
Like yours, aye. Like yours.
Wait till I get chunky tires.
The quicker you get fucking chunky tires on the better, mate, to stay away from that sand.
I was in the office yesterday and I thought they all knew in the office. And the next minute, somebody started saying something about phone or something like that. I don't know what it was. And the next minute, I'm in an office with like 10 people, and they've all got my video on their screen at the same time, exactly at the bit where I fell. I think they rehearsed it, so that when I walked in, they had exactly that bit on their screen. And they're like, who's this?
Well, there's Z-Ted saying the new model DCT will only change gear with the lean angle, which is a good thing then. Which is a good thing, because I think we met, when we done that Luxembourg weekender, we met somebody with an Africa Twin with DCT, and he was saying they was having issues getting up the switchbacks and stuff with it.
Yeah.
And it was the same year as mine, I think. So, aye, that's good that it's that, but I've been riding for too long to go for an automatic bike now.
I don't think I would want an automatic bike. I think the quick shifter, you don't have to use it. That's the advantage of the quick shifter. You can still use, but see when you're falling away from lights and you want to just get a bit of gear a bit to get past some of the traffic or something, that just makes a difference.
I don't have. If you watch my videos when I'm riding with other people, I don't have that issue. They have issues. They have issues of keeping up with me, but I don't have that issue of pulling away too quick.
We'll see once we're riding together again. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think that
depends. If I've never rode the road before, then maybe. Aye, but if it's a road that I know, then I might give you a quick shifter a run for its money.
No, but I mean, we noticed that when we did ride together in Luxembourg and the Budapest trip. My bike or my old bike wasn't as quick at pulling away.
No.
And you were pushing me at the back. You were like that. What are you doing? Get on a bit.
Aye, but
the 900. I'm sure that we'll not have that problem.
I don't know if it was the bike. I don't know. It just felt when you were pulling away, it took you a long time to go from first into second, and you would dip and then go. But I don't know if that was the bike or no. I don't know. Well, but once we were gone, it was brilliant. It was kind of nice, and I wasn't too far away from you, but it was good.
That's the thing about that quick shifter. You don't get that dip at all. There's absolutely no dip. It just goes straight for that.
I think quick shifters. I think quick shifters and DCTs, I think they are suited to certain bikes. Like DCT, the big fucking bolt thing that Honda have got, that gull wing, it's suited for that. The DCT.
Yeah.
Quick shifters are suited for sports bikes. And that's just my opinion. I don't know how good your quick shifter would be, having a quick shifter on a bike that you're taking doing trails and stuff. I don't know how that would. I don't
don't
know.
Have to use it.
Aye, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know how much advantage that would be. So
I don't use it to shift down. You can use it to shift down now. Some of the old quick shifters you could only shift up, and you couldn't shift down. But with this one, you can shift down.
Shift down or not?
But I never use it to shift down. I just use it when I'm balling away to shift up. But if you get yourself into a bit of trouble in a corner, you could, if you fancied, shift down. You know what I mean?
Aye.
To give yourself a bit more power to get out of trouble. But I don't know if I would try it.
It's just stuff like that, isn't it?
But listen, dude, I know what you're going to say, and I was the same. I was the same when I had my old bit, my first bike. I didn't have any electronics at all. I didn't have cruise control. I didn't have heated grips, a TFT screen. I didn't have any of that stuff. And I always said, you don't need that on a bike. And you see what electronics we've got on our bikes now.
I know.
You just it'll come, but you'll just try it one of these days and you'll think,
I wouldn't fit. Like, if I bought a bike, like my bike hasn't got a quick shifter, and I wouldn't fit one to my bike. Do you know, I wouldn't go out and buy a quick shifter and fit it to my bike. If I bought a bike that had it on it, that's different. then that's different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't have fitted it on the old Triumph. I wouldn't have retrofit it.
I certainly wouldn't retrofit it.
Do you know what I mean? It came with the 900 came with it on it, and then it's a bit stupid not to use it.
Aye, that's it. It's like, for years, I mean, for every bike that I've had, this is the first bike that I've had heated grips on it.
Sid says he knows a guy that fitted a quick shifter to their ZZR 1400 and blew the gearbox.
Because some bikes are no designed to use them. Do you know what I mean? It's the gearboxes, aye. But I was talking about heated grips. So heated grip, I never ever had heated grips on my bike. So if I bought a bike that had aftermarket heated grips, I would rip them off straight away. My bike's got heated grips, and I don't think I would do with them. do you know what I mean?
But that's what I'm talking about. Time marches on. Do you know what I mean? I remember when I said heated seats, heated grips. That's for wussies. You know what I mean? And now people say to me, what kind of bike you've got? And it's one of the first things I say. Oh, it's beautiful. It's got heated seats, heated grips. It's got cruise control. It's got a quick shifter. It's got a TFT screen. You know what I mean?
It's like the TFT screen. I've got it, but I don't really use it the way it should be used. For the reasons we spoke on the last one, it's all right here. When you connect your phone and use it through that, that's fine. It's when you start going through different countries and your phone dips out and that's when it becomes an issue. But so I've just got used to not using it. But other things that my bike's got that I didn't have on other bikes that I don't think now that I've had it on the Africa Twin, I don't think I would do with it. One stupid thing, and you wouldn't even think about it, hazard lights. Just having hazard lights on your bike. It's mental. I never used to worry about hazard lights on my other bikes because they never had them.
No.
But if you stop like that, my times I was out with our other brother who's a biker and all, part-time biker. I had to pull in behind them and it was on a road where people were coming up and had to move it, and I put in behind them and put my hazards on. That sort of thing. Trying to think anything else. My bike's my other bike didn't have cruise control.
I use it's just that's the same. I always thought, what the hell do you need cruise control on a bike for? But if you've gone from here to yours,
aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Or
gone to Luxembourg for here even, and it's a couple of hours on the motorway to get your first wee bit done. Then it's goddamn handy.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that few times that there's Trukter saying internet failure. Trukter's going to be a wee regular on this live, but once his internet's, he's think his hamsters had enough. So once his hamsters took his steroids and stuff, Trukter will be a wee regular on the live.
Zed's talking about heated grips. So he's a fan of heated grips as well. Zed, why don't you come on the next time?
Aye, Zed, you're welcome. Give us a shout if you want to come on. We'll arrange it. You can come on, jump on for a live, mate. That'd be interesting. It's very knowledgeable.
Ask it the next question.
Okay, go for it.
Have you ever had a ride that didn't go as planned? And how did you
Budapest. Just
and
Budapest.
How did you handle it? And how did you handle it?
Very, very grumpily. Screaming and shouting inside my helmet. Give
the people a couple of examples what you thought went right.
I don't think it actually went wrong. It just driving down the same road 3 times in a row. Because somebody had thought to click the waypoint that we'd passed it. No, it didn't. It never went wrong. Definitely never went wrong. It just, aye. It was an adventure.
What do you mean? Clarify that. What do you have to clarify?
I don't know if he's getting mistakenly with us talking. It was me that said eat your hamster and took a break for your internet. No, I don't think anything's actually the time I was out with our other brother and he dropped his bike, and the smoke was pushing at it. That was a bit one time, but
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, the best one happened to me was I drove for years in Luxembourg.
I've just seen what you wrote. He said he's had a lot of rides I've gotten along and not all on bikes. Trukter, your internet needs to come back up because that would have been funny if you'd done it if you'd said that live.
Trukter, we don't want to go down that road because if I start telling these stories, they'll ban us.
Nah, you know.
No, the best thing that happened to me was I'd booked a long weekend in Luxembourg, and I drove from here to Luxembourg. It was 3.5 hours riding, and I got there and I stopped at a church with a big gravel path. So I've not even went to the hotel yet. I'm still on my way to the hotel, and I thought I'll stop and take a picture. And I put the bike, the kickstand down, and it slid away with the gravel, and I dropped the bike. I broke the indicator, broke the lever, got stuck with my leg under the bike, and that's the first day, a long weekend, and I was on my own. So I ended up, I finished the trip, but what I was doing was I went to the hotel, got up in the morning, went out, drove 2.5 hours round, and just came straight back to the hotel. Never stopped because I was in so much pain because of my leg.
You didn't want to get off the bike.
And I refused to cancel the weekend. So I only did the trip, round the hotel, went back into the hotel, went up to my room and lay in my bed.
Fucking hell. Nah, nothing like that's ever happened, I don't think. Nah. I've not had anything like that when I've hurted my. Well, when I broke my leg, it wasn't on a bike. Everybody keeps saying that every time I say I broke my leg really bad. They keep asking if it was on the bike. It wasn't. I was. One of the reasons why I don't really drink anymore either. I was away camping up in Fort William and decided to give myself a spiral fracture. No, nothing like that's really ever happened. No, don't think so. I fell off. I mean, I fucking dropped my 2 weeks after I got my Africa twin. I was in up at the Bridge of Weir. I was away seeing my mate, and I dropped my bike.
Victor says that the live will look more like a police lineup instead then comes on.
Be fun. I just will drop me a message, Jed, and we'll get you on. The next live will be the end of November, last Friday in November. So if you want to come on that, give us a shout. I know nothing really like that's happened. No, nothing.
It's all part of the adventure. I always say it's all part of the adventure. It was like that couple of weeks ago when I dropped the bike in the sand. It's all part of the adventure.
Oh, yeah, it's all right until you.
If you don't say that, you'll never. If you don't say that, you'll never get back on the bike again.
That's
tell
true.
yourself. Right, next question.
Right, go for it.
I'm good at this.
You're good at this. You should have been hosting this, not me.
What's your favourite? What I was going to say. Do you like solo riding or do you like riding with people?
It depends. It depends. It really depends. It really depends. It goes back to, I call it teapot-itis. Teapot always mentions it because he's been around the world. I always mention about Budapest. The last few times that we've done a trip together, it's been fine because we ride very similar. Very similar. Sometimes I'm a bit more aggressive, but we ride very similar. And so it's fine when it's me and you. I know if I'm in front, you're going to keep up with me. You know if you're in front, I'm going to keep up with you, vice versa, whatever it is. But aye, there's a rider that will remain nameless that I'm constantly moaning about. But that's I don't think that's anything to do with the fact that I'm riding too fast. I just think he's no experienced enough. That's what it is, or he's something's, I don't know.
Juster says that you've never told him you've been to Budapest, and I don't believe that.
Honestly, I call it that whole time we were at that Scottish motor vlogger weekend. It felt like all I kept saying was, "Oh, when I did Budapest, oh, when I went to Luxembourg," but and that's how I started calling it teapot-itis. So, it depends. It depends on who I'm riding with. Really, it does. It depends.
I'm the same. It depends. I've been on a couple of trips where I've been with like 5 or 6 people, and I'm pretty easy. Do you know what I mean? I can ride slowly. I can ride.
Asking back to what Jupiter said about the rides and stuff, is it? No, you're quite easy. Right, what are you saying?
The only thing I'm the same as you. When we were together, there's only 2 of us. We ride very similarly. That makes a big difference. If you've got a big difference in the group between a fast rider and a slow rider, and somebody that wants to take their time and stop every 5 minutes for a cigarette, it can get a bit irritating.
Right.
So I like both. I like being on my own sometimes and just riding without navigation and just going for a run somewhere. But I really enjoy a small group. I'll say a small group. I think more is 5. I've rode with more is 5 people. I think that the minute you start, and people that I didn't know either, and if you don't know them, then you've not really got that click. Do you know what I mean? That you know exactly how to ride, or you've got a bit more patience if they don't ride that fast. So I like better them.
Todd's 29 saying that he rode in a group a few weeks back. Some GS wanker was blind him with his 16 spotlights. That'll be Jupiter in his Christmas tree. Fucking hell, man. The last time I was out with Jupiter was I went down to Dumfries, and I gave him my phone and said to him I was in the area and stuff. And we left for the McDonald's in Dumfries, and honestly, it was like a Boeing 747 was coming up behind me. Fucking honest to God, it was just fucking bright lights everywhere. But he's a wee dark horse, by the way. Jupiter's a wee dark horse. He can fair put that bike about, honestly.
He just said he rides slower than he used to.
Does he? He was keeping up with me.
I think that was him that said that.
Good old Chinese spots. Got to be seen. Honestly, man, it was like a Boeing 747 coming to land behind you.
Next you'll be wearing one of these fluorescent helmets.
and the polite high vis.
And a high vis. And a high vis helmet.
He's Chuckter, he was keeping up with me that time we left there, because I took him down roads that he'd never been doing before. And it was fair. Shit for fucking space. Well, that's quite a funny. Our other brother has got a bike that's got spotlights and all like that as well, and he likes to ride behind you and flash his lights at you. Aye, so proper GS wanker. That's how I'm not going to take a shot. I don't want to take a shot at Chuckter's bike in case I want to become a GS wanker.
The only thing that annoys me about GS riders is that BMW riders, I have to say, is that they're obsessed that everything's going to be to BMW. That's why I'm surprised that Chuckter says he's got Chinese lights on his bike. Most of them have got BMW boots, BMW suits, BMW helmets, BMW navigation.
BMW branded lanyards. I wonder who else has got one of them. Triumph riders are they just want to be GS riders.
Right, next question.
Right, on you go.
This is going to be one that's going to start everybody a big argument, isn't it?
I don't know.
Which tyres do you prefer?
Right, there's no an argument. There's no argument in this. The best tyres fucking ever are Mitas. Mitas, Enduro Trail pluses or EO7 pluses if you want to be 50-50. And if you want a slightly more road tyre, ADV2s. That's my opinion. But talking about tyres, since you asked the question, there was a study done. This is me getting all technical and stuff. There was a study done.
By Harvard University, Ayrshire branch.
The Ayrshire branch. No, it's just something I have. I'm one of these people that just take useless information and then just retain it and tell it as if I know what I'm talking about. So,
what was the research still?
Right. So they done the. I think it was the five best known tyres, but they're actually not that great. Like in Britain, and the top one was Bridgestone Battle Axe. So that was one of them. Dunlop was another one. Continental was another. And there was two brands that I hadn't really heard of before. If I had, I didn't really pay attention to them. But the three most popular brands in Britain are actually the three worst tyres ever, according to that study. Max is Gladys. Zed definitely needs to come on the live one time, man. It'll be funny. Matt's clitoris.
Great anyway.
But I'm just glad this is more than 30 seconds in, otherwise this would be getting banned. So for me, it's Midas. As you know, I'm a Midas fan because I get a load of freebies off them as well.
I don't know. I don't know. I've had a few different ones. I've had Mitchell and Hannike's. I thought they were pretty good. And the last ones I had, Jesus, what were the last ones I had?
Is it Dunlops?
Only 800 Dunlops.
Is it Dunlops?
The real off-road 50/50s with big chunky. I can't remember. I'll look it up. But I'm not. That's one of the things I always laugh at because it's the same with oil. If you start talking about oil, people start getting off.
Crazy. I know I say Midas, but why I prefer Midas than any other tyre is, and this should be the way everybody should see it. No, every tyre is going to suit your riding. So you need to find a tyre that suits your riding and you're comfortable riding in.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if your pal fucking likes Midas Enduro 7s. They might not be right for you and your style of riding and your type of bike. So you just need to, it's an expensive way of working it out. But you're just going to have to keep going through tyres till you find the one that you like.
Yeah.
That's just a small advice I can give you about tyres. It just so happened that I can't remember what I had on the bike when I bought it. I think they were battle axes, and I think they were, I'm going to say they were either EXT 45s or AT 45s. I can't remember what they were. And I'd done the Google thing and all that. And I found these Enduro, the Enduro Trail Pluses. And pretty much the minute they were on the bike, I just knew I felt comfortable. I could go from tarmac straight onto gravel, from gravel back onto tarmac through mud, which we did do quite a few times. And they were a brilliant tyre. And the good thing about the Enduro Trail Pluses is if you look at them straight on, they look like a road tyre. It's not until you look at them at an angle, they're quite a deep ridge. So they're brilliant in the wet as well. So that's just my opinion on tyres. You need to find the ones that suit your riding and stuff like that as well. So
I've just realised that I wasn't streaming this to my to my channel.
So you've done it again. You're going to blame me that I never switched on this time?
No. You did it this time. I didn't realise there was a button up there that you could say, "Stream this live."
What you like?
I know. That's only the second time we've done it. The first time you didn't fix it, and
you've not done it. Have you got another question for me then? Since you've turned into the host,
I'm turning into
the hostess with the mostess.
How do you carry your tools and spares without
usually in my boxer shorts, but right, so I've actually got a box that was designed for the GS. And it's bolted to my pannier cage on it, basically opposite for my exhaust. That's what I carry my tools in. And you get quite a lot in it, to be fair.
What tools do you have in there?
A range of stuff. Just basically a couple of 10mm spanners, a couple of 10mm sockets, a long reach. I've got a spark plug socket, a T-bar, some Allen keys, stuff like that. I just basically ruined my bike and went, that fits, that doesn't. That fits, that doesn't. That fits, that doesn't. And then put the ones that did fit into a bag and put them in my toolbox. That was it. Yeah, that's it. So just basically everything. I've got a tyre. If I get a puncture, I've got a tyre repair kit. I've got stuff for taking tyres off if I really wanted to. I've got that's what I carry in my toolbox. I've got your famous zip ties, because you fix everything with zip ties. Especially your tent and your indicators. I'll tell you the story about when Scottish Biker Abroad told me he was buying a new bike for Triumph. My first question was, do you get a set of free indicators, mate? Or spare indicators?
I'll be honest, I don't carry a lot of tools with me. I like living on the edge. I watch all the videos of people they ride the whole world, and they've got like all the spares for the bikes and everything, and loads of tools with them. I've got international cover.
I wouldn't go. I don't go. It's my toolkit isn't that mental. Do you know what I mean? It's just basic stuff.
I was talking about you, but I was talking about some of the videos you see that they've got spare tubes with them. They've got tyre inflators. They've got tyre bars. A full toolkit. You know what I mean? I've got the tools that come with my bike, and now I've got a repair kit for a tyre on that because I've got tubeless now. I've bought one of the kits, but other than that, I've got international cover. So if my bike if I get really a bad puncture and I can't repair it myself, I'll just phone the international recovery and they'll come and get me.
Come get you, but you'll get there's places like, especially if you do the kind of adventure biking and stuff like that. There might be a place where you're not going to get a signal, and you might be a good few miles away if you get a signal. So if you've got the tools to fix your bike enough to get yourself to a signal, then that's kind of what I take with me. Especially if you're going through water and stuff, and you get your water in with your spark plugs on, you need to be able to take them out, clean them, and put them all back together. Unless you want to phone your recovery in the middle of a field somewhere. Do you know what I mean? It depends on how far you want to. I wouldn't go as far as, we spoke about this in the last live, seeing people going on tour and they're packed to the gunnels. I wouldn't go that far.
Spare tyre on the back.
I wouldn't go that far. It's my toolbox is the same as my panniers. If it doesn't fit in it, it's not gone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a qualified first aider, so I carry a first aid kit with me. So I've got one in my car as well. But
I'm just reading some of the comments.
Steve is on the wings.
ZT's got a half decent kit. 4mm, 5mm, Allen keys, 10mm, 13 spanner, plug kit, pump, Phillips screwdriver, multi-tool, backhoe socket set.
Mini.
Just does you carry much, but yeah, then again, tractors. You can fix a tractor with a zip tie, can you?
I don't know. Some of these, I don't know. You need specialised tools with these fucking things. Do you know what I mean? I don't know who Steve is, but it says here that he's a tool. Aye, what Zed just put up there is roughly what I take with me as well. I've got an electric pump. Aye, pretty much very similar.
Steve's the multi-tool.
Steve's the multi-tool. Fucking hell. And that does help. That does help as well if you've got the knowledge to fix your bike as well.
Yeah.
I can do enough to get myself by. I can get a bike started if it's not going to start and stuff like that. When I started riding bikes, I couldn't afford a mechanic. I had to learn to do it myself. Yeah. Right, any other questions? The new host of this fucking thing.
Loads of them.
Did you just keep asking me questions then?
How do you navigate when you're off road?
If you see the road, ride down it. If you don't see the road, you went wrong. And try and find yourself back on the road. That's it. That's all you need to do.
But does Cali Moto do the tech and that kind of thing?
Aye, but you can change it and stuff to make it unpaved roads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Aye, well, you can do that sort of thing, innit?
Right. But you've not really got a special navigation that you use to ride off road.
No, it's just
you just get lost.
Just find a road. I mean, I was talking. Who was I talking to about this the other day? Actually, it wasn't even about motorbike riding. It was just in general. People don't know how to read maps these days. They don't know how to read maps, and it's just Google's pretty good to the fact that you just open Google up, you see a road, and you just follow it and go, "Does that come out somewhere?" Aye, it does. Let's go along it because what's the worst that's going to happen? Do you know what I mean? Or just looking, using your eyes, don't rely on the actual sat nav. I look at a road and go, well, there's a road there that might not be on the sat nav or on the map, but I know there's something down there that I can go and have a look at, and you just take your road. It's just using your noodle, really.
The follow-up question, and this is not on my list, this is just a follow-up question to the same one. If you ever went down a road, and actually I know the answer to this.
Because you were fucking put over there.
If you ever went down a road and got halfway down and thought to myself, I shouldn't be down here.
Yes. Yes, but fortunately enough, we just went down anyway. We just kept going. Aye. There's been a few times that's happened. Aye, a few times. And it's my bike's slightly different.
Have you ever been there on your own and thought to yourself, I should just turn around and go back? I think once I got to a point where I went, I shouldn't really be down here. And I nearly dropped my bike. Then it was way up at Aberfieldy. There was a road right up in the mountain, and it's just a wrong road to go down and try to turn your bike round. And it was busy like when we were together, we helped each other turn the bike round. I had to try and date myself, and my bike is a beast. That's what I was going to say. That's one of the things that we said this in the last live stream as well. That was one of the things that I sort of realised, and I'd already said to you, but I should really be careful where I go when I'm on my own, because it's like you said, if you have to turn the bike round, or you drop the bike like I did, where the wheels were up in the air. You know what I mean? If you just drop it in a car park or something, I'd be able to pick it up and no bother. But if you drop it somewhere, like in a ditch, or down into a grass verge or something, and you're on your own, then you've really got a problem. So I think from now on I'll be a bit more careful about where I go, to be honest, on my own. I'll not be that careful for if I'm with somebody else.
Aye, because you've always got that back up to get each other a horn to get out and stuff. But that's I don't know if anybody own. There's I don't know many people are actually on now, but that's like if you go to the ABR, I mean, it's just there's loads of, if you're into a proper adventure biking or even adventure biking in general, the ABR is brilliant because you've got loads of stalls and there's loads of people talking about being on their own, and that's why you find a lot of people who do tours and trips and big rides out themselves tend to go for a lighter bike because they can pick it up themselves.
Yeah.
Even if they go into a ditch the way your bike went in, it was kind of titter-teetering in between the two of them, and it's a bit harder to get up on its wheels. If you get a lighter bike, it's easier to get up. So if you're into adventure biking, I would definitely, if you've not done it, at least go and date once. You go to the ABR, and there's trails and stuff you can take your bike down and stuff like that. So, you went to Dunmerlington, I assume.
No, that's an answer he said.
Oh, is it? Down the road
I've
about
been
10 miles.
down the road about 10 miles. I faintly heard the dueling banjos. Shot it and turned round. Last time I'm going to Ayrshire.
That's because I live in it. That was me was playing the banjo. I was waiting for you in the forests. You sure have a pretty mouth.
Dodge said he didn't want to queue for 3 years to go for a shit.
No,
That's not my experience.
No, it's not mine either. I mean, that time we were there last year was apparently it was the most people ever had been to the ABR. It was like, was it 45,000 people or something?
Something like that, yeah.
No, don't have to. I never had to queue for a toilet. Depends on the time in the morning. Shower, maybe.
There was a wee queue for the shower in the morning. There was a wee queue for the shower in the morning, but it was like 10 minutes or something, and then you could go in and get a shower. So
there's plenty of facilities and stuff. You don't have to queue. Plus, if you're staying close enough to Ragley Hall, you can just go and piss up against their tree. I think it was all the reprobates up there we were staying that time we were at Arabia. I was definitely the reprobates up there.
I think so. I think Airbnb was pretty all right.
That was the Ayrshire division. There was banjos playing that night, aye.
Right, last question.
Yeah,
If you could take your bike anywhere in the world, tomorrow, where would you go? Anywhere, huh? Anywhere.
Well, the one place that I would say, but why I'm reluctant to say it is because I don't know if I'm going to be pronouncing it right. Because it's pronounced differently depending on where you are. The Appalachian Mountains in America. I'd definitely love to go there, especially in an Africa Twin, because there's places there that it's just like the Highlands, but just a big long mountain range. And the reason why I want to go there is because apparently that it's part of the same mountain range that's here in Scotland. But obviously, depending if you're into that flat earth or breaking up stuff. But apparently, at one time, millions of years ago, that part of America was actually attached to, but all the landmass was together. That was part of the same mountain range. I mean, it's split. Yeah. Fun fact, know about biking, right? But it was Appalachian Mountains that gave the name to the Americans hillbillies, because it was the Scottish that went there, and they were the only ones that could farm that part of that bit of the land because we were used to it for being in the hills. That's where the term hillbilly comes from. But useless information.
That for me, I'll answer the question first, and then we'll read out some of the people have gave an answer as well. Australia. I'd love, just because it's so big. You know what I mean? And not as populated as America. Do you know what I mean? So I'd love to try Australia, but then I'd have to definitely, would they go with the 900? I'd definitely take it. I'd definitely have a rear bike.
A T7 or something.
So that I could go off road.
Aye. Well, your other brother wouldn't be joining. You wouldn't find your other brother because he's scared of spiders. Australia,
so that's the same as me. Chufter, New Zealand. New Zealand is supposed to be the same kind of climate and a bit the same as Scotland, with mountains, trees, and all that kind of stuff. What I've seen on the telly, anyway. Too many. Chifter says the same as Stephen. Then too many things to kill you in Australia.
There's a boulder called.
There's a boulder called Choclandoric Rock that is near me that travelled from Inverness on a glacier. Okay. We're full of useless information in there, aren't we?
I know, but it's fun, isn't it? It's fun. Right, let's see. I'll see if my thing decides to work, and I'll have a look at some of the questions that I've got. So, right, there's one for you, Gaza. So, to date, which been your most memorable adventure so far? And I'll even put it a wider scope for you. It doesn't have to be on a motorbike. So we'll two-part that question before you answer. So this could be a memorable adventure that you've done so far that you might have not done on your bike, but you maybe want to do on your bike, which I might know the answer to that. But the other people don't know that. So what's been your most memorable adventure so far?
No, I'm going to just be a teapot-itis and say that my most memorable bike adventure was together with you because
I'm a fucking laugh.
we had a good laugh, and it was one of the. It was it's something that you do with your. It was something to do with because we were brothers. You know what I mean? It was. I think that had an extra dimension there because we were brothers. And for the people who don't know, we hadn't spoke for a long time, for a couple of years before that. So there was quite a lot to catch up on, and I thought that was a good adventure. An adventure that I've done, not on the bike, that I would want to do on the bike is Norway. I went through Norway, no last year, the year before, on the car. And you have to look up Geiranger, and it's like I can't explain it. Yeah, I'll Google it and I'll post a photo here. It's absolutely brilliant, and I think if you went at the right time of year, where the buses and the cars were in the way, it would be an absolutely brilliant road to ride. That's the answer to your question.
Cool. Mine, again, teapot-itis, Budapest. For probably the same reasons as yours. We've spoken about it before, and we spoke about it on the last live as well. There's a lot of things we should have done on that trip, and a lot of things that we could have done. But the trip itself was actually really good. Same as you. We hadn't spoke for a good while before. Our first trip together was the weekend at Luxembourg, which sparked on the Budapest one. It was good. Just some of the things we got up to and some of the places we've seen, the Swingers Hotel and stuff like that. It was brilliant. It was just no every day was the same. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was good. And I think eventually we should do it again and do the same trip but do it slightly different, where we stop more often and plan it and sort of, but it was definitely a good trip.
Yeah.
Definitely a good trip.
And where have you been that you would say I've not been on the bike, but I've been, and you would want to go with the bike?
I don't know. I've been to quite a few places with my work. Ireland, I think. Ireland on the bike, I think. But I want to do the North Atlantic way. I wouldn't want to do where everybody else has went. I'd like to explore Ireland. I mean, I was working in Ballycastle, and I went up the road, the back roads from Belfast, running into Ballycastle, and that road's just amazing. I think you actually were. I think you came in the other way when you were at Ireland.
Yeah.
That road's just amazing. And the fact that you can stand and look over to Scotland for there as well, it was good. Ireland's probably one of the places I'd like to go on the bike.
Yeah.
I don't think one of the places I'd really like to go, and I'd only ever been it once, and I was only there for a day, is Russia. I'd like to do Russia on the bike. But obviously with the way things are going, I don't think that's happening very soon.
No.
But no, I've always wanted to day Russia. Aye, Russia looks day Russia. From Thailand, she's all over.
Zed definitely has to come on. Zed, please come on, because this would be funnier live than here in the chat.
As you can probably tell, we're not very prim and proper, so we'll just say, so yeah, you'll fit in very well, Zed.
Victor says Norway looks good as well. It definitely is. It's definitely worth a visit. The advantage for me is I can go without getting any ferries or anything. I would have to go the long way through Denmark, but I could go without getting any ferries.
Well, we've spoken about this before about the trips that we've done. Well, I don't know if it was the last live we did, but or we spoke about it off kind of together. But that's the biggest issue for me is getting free here to Europe. That's just the biggest. That's just a bit. That's a day and a half. I can do it in a day. I do it in a day when I come out to see you and go do tips, but that's an extra day on your trip.
I know, but it's extra cost as well. That's. I was talking to Francis because we were talking about booking. That's Francis and my wife for the people who don't know. We were talking about booking my holidays for this year and try to space them out a wee bit and try to make sure I can come out and see the kids and come out and see you and do stuff with you and still do a half-decent trip and go on holiday with her. And I've got loads of holidays, that's no problem. But if you count all the money it costs for the ferries and the petrol and the overnight stops just to get to you, do you know what I mean? Then even if I go the long way, it's still a half decent amount of money and a half decent amount of petrol, and what you said, you're a day on the road.
You've disappeared into your background there, Gary. We can't see you.
I'll lean forward a bit.
That's a big. That's how I did it in one day. I just leave here in the morning and I'm in France for that night. It's the fact that going the long way through Hull and Newcastle. It's just I don't like. So I don't like ferries. I go on ferries all the time in my work. I go to Ireland quite a bit, and I've been to Barra and all islands in Scotland and stuff. And the ferries, it's not that I don't like ferries and I'll get seasick and anything. It's you're laughing, but
no, I'm not laughing at you. I keep reading the comments.
So and that's
the
ferry. Aye. Fucking honest to God, man. He definitely needs to come on. The ferry, that big ferry for me would just, I wouldn't sleep on the ferry. So I'd be knackered when I come off the other side and then I'd have to take a day off just to. So I'd just rather ride through here, get the shuttle, cross into France, then stay in France, and then start the trip through France. And that's what I'm doing with the Gibraltar trip. So that's the biggest downfall, because Scotland for me now is played out. I wouldn't do a trip in Scotland. I wouldn't do the NC 500 now. It's just there's too many foreigners.
But I'm the same in Holland. Do you know what I mean? I've stayed here for 25 years now, and okay, I've not been riding bikes for 25 years, but once you've done a few trips, then do you know what I mean? You've seen most places between the bike and weekends away with the wife, you know, that kind of stuff. I've saw actually, I think 90% of Holland. So for me, that's the same. That's not a trip for me. Trip for me is going across the border into Germany, or going down into Luxembourg or Belgium. Do you know what I mean? Because that's not something you do in a week. It's not something you do for a day trip. You go away for a couple of days.
Aye.
I can't go into Germany for a day. I go across the border into Germany for a day, but then you're only a couple of hours inside Germany, and then you're on your way back. A couple of years ago, we went all the way up to Hamburg. and did an overnight in Hamburg, and then did a trip around the Germany on the way back.
That's how I'm trying to plan my trips now that it's going to be in Europe, because just stay in Scotland. Just you go up, you do the NC 500, you're stuck behind campers and they're blocking the road because there's one coming the other direction you can't get past, and it's sort of, it got even worse if you're locked down, because when people were allowed to travel but no outside UK, they just bought campers, and then it just became worse after that. So I'm more a big. I need to plan my trips now where I can get to Europe and then date for there. So that's how my next big one's going to be, Gibraltar. So
Juster says that he looked at the price of the ferry, £750 to Norway. Was that straight to Norway, or was that coming through here?
I must be through, because I don't think the day one. They were talking about bringing the ferry, getting the ferry from here to Norway. But or you would need to get, I think they were talking about the North Link was going to go from here, well, from Aberdeen up into Shetlands, which is 14.5 hours, and then get it from Shetlands to Norway. They were talking about doing that, but I would do that ferry trip definitely if it took you to Norway, because you're actually not that far. It's closer for Shetlands. You're closer to Norway for Shetlands than you're for Scotland. Do you know what I mean? It's a shorter boat trip.
You better come in out here. We'll go for here. We got through Germany into Denmark, and then into Norway, and across the border into Sweden. Tell me I'm going to do that. I've looked at it. I can do the round trip and get halfway up into Norway and back in about 7 or 8 days.
Yeah, but when you came back for it, we spoke about it, doing it, but I don't know. Next year, why I want to do the Gibraltar, because I think if I don't do it next year, I don't think I'll ever do it. Because it's not really a place. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's not a place where it's only, there's no like you can pass it going anywhere else. It's Gibraltar and back. And I think if I don't do it next year, I don't think I'll ever do it. And I just want to go to Gibraltar once in my life. And I don't know what it is about Gibraltar. I don't know. People have asked me why Gibraltar. I don't know. I just want to go to Gibraltar. Just to say that I've been. And say that I've been to the Rock of Gibraltar. And I've seen this and I've seen that. That's it. And then once I've done it once, that'll be it. Maybe the year after that we can do Norway.
I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Time's running out.
Nah, I know. I know. We're going to get your trike shortly.
No, but joking aside, you're a lot younger than me.
Oh, I know.
But seriously, that's actually something I think about. Do you know what I mean? I'm 60 this year. Do you know what I mean? How many big trips have I got in me? That's what I keep thinking about.
It's not as if, that's the thing, it's not as if you're like me, you're not a big drinker. And I don't know if you stopped smoking now, but you don't smoke as much as you used to.
Yeah.
You're relatively healthy for your age. Do you know what I mean? So there is more. That was a compliment. Give me the finger. So it's no. People think, I don't know what it is. It's just age. I think it's your lifestyle. I think you've probably got quite a few more trips in you yet, Gary. You'll still go out that bike when you're 80. You might not know what everything is or what it does, but you're putting it.
No, but I never thought that I would think about my mortality. Do you know what I mean? But it creeps up on you. Do you know what I mean? You think to yourself, how many years have I got left to go out on a bike? I'm not saying I'm worried about dying. It's more going out on the bike that I'm worrying about.
Aye, it's but that's the thing. If you start thinking about that, you're going, who?
That cheeky bastard.
Who's a cheeky? Me? I'm a cheeky bastard. What did I say?
No, Juster.
You know, as young as you feel, Gary, like, you're older than me. Fucking hell.
Gary looks well older than me. Cheeky bastard.
Fucking hell. No, that's the
You're
thing.
banned. You're banned.
That would have been funnier if you were actually on the screen saying that. I think you should just keep going until you can't go anywhere. That's how I'm trying to do more trips now. Try and squeeze as much in, mainly because one, you don't know how long you get to go to ride, and two, we don't know how long petrol bikes are going to still be available to use.
Yeah.
So I want to try and get as much out of the combustion engines I can before it becomes null and void. So well, that's us being on a year.
I know. I think we'll call it a day. What do you think?
2 seconds to just do one wee thing before we do this. So if any of you want to come on for a live, that's my email address. Drop me an email and we'll organise something. Let us know when you're available. So the live streams are going to be the last Friday every month. We're not going to do it every week, every 2 weeks. I think that's just too... We're going to end up having nothing to talk about. And it's going to be a bit, for the first wee while, until the riding season, we'll call it, comes back in. But it's going to be a bit like this. Just random talking shit and having a laugh. So once the riding season comes in, we'll be able to obviously say what we've been doing that month and what's happened, and talk me about trips and stuff like that and what's coming up. So yeah, so if any of you are interested, drop me an email. Zed, drop us an email. Let us know if you're free. I think I'll just get my calendar, just let you know when the next one is.
I think Zed's got. He's away.
Oh, he's away, is he?
He's away.
Oh, he's away. Oh, he's away. I'll drop him a message. I think I've got his number. So the next live is going to be the 28th of November. So if anybody is free and up for it, let us know. Because obviously this is obviously going to go up on the channel, isn't it? So, well, half of it's going to go up on your channel. You forgot to press the button. Bye. So if you're watching this after the live, that's the email address. Drop us an email and we'll get you in. And we'll get some chat. As Gary said, I don't think, was that one of the lives that we posted, or was that the one we not posted yet? You said at the end of one of them, you don't have to be a motovlogger. If you ride bikes, just you're more than welcome to come in. Talk about anything you want to talk about. One of the things I'll say is we're going to have my cousin on at one point, Mark Knight, who's got MS and he's a biker, and obviously he's struggling with trying to get back on the bike and stuff. So we'll maybe get him on and speak to him and see how he's getting on and how he's trying to overcome that. So right, we'll call it a night then. Thanks everybody for coming in and watching. Thanks for all your comments. Please like, subscribe, share. Anybody from my channel, jump onto Scottish Biker and Boys channel, give him a like. And anybody from his channel, come on, give me a like. I'm the funny or nicer looking one. Come and like my channel. Thanks for watching. Right, Gary. I will
Right.
speak to you between now and the next live, and have a great one.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Catch you later. Take it 1 mile at a time.